Hey everybody, it's Matt with Max Video, and today we are doing a book review. Um, the series that we're reviewing today is the Origin Mystery series by A.G. Riddle. Um, this series consists of 3 books: The Atlantis Gene, The Atlantis Plague, and Atlantis World. I felt it appropriate, apparently, to do 2 books about Atlantis in a row. Didn't plan it, just kind of happened that way. But anyway, let's get into this. Um, just a heads up, there's no way I can talk about this series without giving away some spoilers. Because this series holds so much information back to begin with that you don't actually know what the story's about until the end of book 1. That's how to... What can I tell you? But, so, if that is a concern, I will tell you when I'm about to get to the spoiler point like I normally do. So, I'll tell you what I can that's not spoiler, and then we'll get into the rest. Anyway, the story is about Kate Warner, who is a scientist who is studying autism and different genes in the human body that cause brain development differences, mainly autism. And she is in, I think it was Indonesia. I don't know. It's been a while since I read the first book. But, yeah. Anyway, she is studying there, and she's the main character. Your second main character is a soldier named David Vale. And David is a soldier with the Clock Tower organization, which is a secret organization that deals with global espionage and such as that. It's an organization that nobody knows of, works behind the scenes to take out the big targets that nobody else can take care of. That's your 2 main protagonists. They don't actually meet each other until about halfway through the book, through the first book. Before that is building up different organizations, the different sections that you will see throughout the book. The antagonist of this series changes each book, kind of, but your main one is Dorian Sloan, who is an operative with the Amari Corporation, which is kind of the anti-clock tower. Technically, I'm wrong, but I won't tell you because it's a big spoiler. But Dorian is trying to find Kate for different reasons that, again, I can't go into, but he's trying to find her. When they do find her, David just so happens to be in the area because Amari comes in, kills all of her lab assistants, kidnaps 2 of the children she's doing research on, and kidnaps her as well. So, the sun's gone behind the clouds, I've lost all my light. But, so, he happens to be there, he does his best to save her, doesn't work, blah blah blah. That's about all I can say that's spoiler free. Once, from here on out, again, 4 minutes, it seems to be where my spoilers go, is 4 minutes. So, from here until you can just skip ahead until you find it. If I remember, I might put a timestamp to let you know when the spoilers are done. But yeah, from here on out is spoilers. I'm not going to give away endings or anything, but these are key story points that you need to know if you really want a good review of the book. So, from this point, Kate is taken to the Amari. There's 2, it's confusing, don't worry about it. The Amari Corporation headquarters, and learns that her adoptive father is actually working for this corporation. Yeah, it was a kind of a surprise for me too. And Imari's overall goal, overall plan, what they're working towards is in Antarctica there is something buried, something big buried. They believe that it's clues to the hidden city of Atlantis, and this has gone back all the way to World War II era with the Nazis, because the Imari actually worked with the Nazi scientists back then, and that's when they discovered this. So they need her help to figure things out, because they also found something in Gibraltar, off the coast of Morocco, that is also, they believe, connected to Atlantis. Well, because of this, whenever they get near any of these things, what's called the bell activates and sends out epidemic class viruses that attack people and do all kind of mayhem. When they discovered the thing in Gibraltar, it caused the Spanish flu. So when everything ties in together is when David and Kate join up. They do their best to fight the Amari. That's about all I can really tell you about the book, story-wise, because and this was all in book 1. I can't even begin to tell you the things in book 2 and 3. Overall, what I liked about this series is it kind of takes the Game of Thrones approach to how the books were written there, of each chapter is a different person's perspective. You get Kate's perspective, David's perspective, Dorian's perspective. Everybody gets a perspective. And it also is kind of one of those books where he's not afraid of killing off main characters. He's not afraid of, surprising you with death. And that has kind of got worn out lately in certain book series and TV shows. But this one, it builds to the story, and that's good. It actually, each death is significant in a way. Even characters that you wouldn't think of as main characters, their death actually signifies something in the future. And if I'm correct from what I've read, this is A.G. Riddle's first big book series. This is what broke the ice for him, got him into the mainstream of writing. Great job, I think. This one was actually, the way I found it was on Amazon Kindle Unlimited, which is a service by Amazon Kindle that if you pay a certain amount, you get 10 books that for free that, you can just change out 10 books, like a library system of renting books. And when you're done, you just give it back to them, and there you go. So it was great. It actually came with an Audible port for it through it Kindle Unlimited. So I read the first 2 books and I listened to the 3rd book. So it's a great immersion story. You actually get invested in this story easily. Granted, the beginning's slow. I didn't think I would like this series when I first started. I honestly didn't. It was painful how slow it was. Like Aragon level slow, which in my opinion was the slowest starting book series on Earth. So it's slow, but when you get there, when you get to know these characters, is when the book series gets fantastic. Because you actually get in their head, you know what they think, and when it's revealed what Atlantis is. Granted, when I first saw it, I was like, are you really? Really? Okay, that's fine, whatever. But it flows well. You get, each book tackles a different, time period, technically. You have the Atlantis gene, which kind of introduces you to everything. Then the Atlantis plague, which is in the mix of it. It's when everything gets serious and real and intense. It becomes an action book instead of a suspense thriller. And then you have Atlantis World, which goes full sci-fi on you. It's great. Um, so yeah, I highly recommend it. Highly recommend it. You gotta get through the first few chapters. Do your best. That's all I can ask. But if you get into it, you'll love it. And if you've read this book series and you know of other ones kind of like this, let me know, because this was a great experience. I enjoyed it thoroughly. But yeah, that's all I have to say on this one. I could say so much more, but like I said, I try to avoid spoilers as much as I can because I want y'all to experience these things. I will put a link in the description to the Amazon link for it, and so you can go check it out yourself, see if it's something you might want. I highly recommend Kindle Unlimited if you are big into reading and you like ebooks. It's a great service. I want to say it's like $10 a month. So, you know. Anyway, that's all for me, guys. Tomorrow is Thanksgiving, so happy Thanksgiving to all. And let me just say from the bottom of my heart how thankful I am for y'all, for this community that has embraced me as a creator and has given me a lot of ideas, a lot of support. So, thank you so much. And I will see y'all guys in the next one.